The Inland Empire Health Plan and Healthy Heart Nation have partnered for this series to discuss the importance of heart health in the African American community. Leading this conversation is Kenita Bourne, a licensed clinical social worker and the manager of social and community services at IEHP, and Dr. Columbus Batiste, a board-certified interventional cardiologist. Let's join this conversation where we will dive deep into crucial topics and provide you actionable tips to help you and your loved ones live heart-healthy lives.
Okay, Doc. So here's a question. What even is high blood pressure?
Yeah, that's a common thing. Everyone always, it's hard to visualize what is high blood pressure. But I mean, pressure is around us all the time. I'm not talking about the pressure of just life, right? So when you get that pressure, you're looking at maybe the water pressure, the amount of force that's there. So if you ever use like a water hose, a garden hose or something of that sort, and you turn on the volume and the water comes out, it trickles out, you would say that pressure is low. If you were to turn that pressure up and increase it, now that pressure becomes, it shoots out further. It's higher, it's a higher pressure. Now if you go to another level and you were to take a fireman's hydrant and turn that on full blast, that pressure is high. And you can imagine the difference between a garden hose and a fireman's hose in terms of the pressure. That's what's going on inside your body in terms of the pressure that's being exerted against the vessels to deliver blood flow.
Got it. So I actually really like that analogy. And forgive my ignorance because I think the idea of having a high pressure when we talk about water hoses is a good thing. But it sounds like for our body it's not?
Well, the main goal, we have to understand what's the purpose, right? So if I'm watering my lawn, I'm watering a pot of plants. I want a little bit of pressure as I'm putting it on top of those roses because they're precious. If I go and I take a fireman's hydrant to water the roses, what's going to happen? It's going to destroy it, right? If I use a fireman's hydrant to water the grass, it's going to tear that top layer up. Versus if I take a garden hose and I deliver that water, now it's able to deliver adequate water at a reasonable amount of pressure that just provides the nutrients necessary to keep it healthy.
Oh my goodness, why do I absolutely love that? Can you tell that I usually kill plants? And it's probably because I'm thinking that my plants need a fireman's pressure and they really truly do not.
That's right.
But our pressure comes from our circulatory system, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you teach us a little bit about what that means?
Yeah.
Because I did, biology, but.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I love the heart, right?
Okay.
Because it's real simple. Once you kind of get it, you get it. And so the heart's just simple. It's a pump. So you have a central area that's going to deliver out all the nutrients. It's saying, I'm sending out all of the trucks that are going to deliver the food, the vegetables, all out on the highways, and we're going to pick up with the trash collectors all the waste and return it back and recycle. That's in this sort of vicious this cycle that continues. Same thing happens in the cardiovascular system. You have the heart, and so it pumps oxygenated and nutrient-rich blood through what are called arteries. These are muscular vessels that can deliver the blood at high pressure or reasonable pressure, right, to provide the nutrients.
Reasonable.
And then the thin-walled vessels called veins, the venous system, returns it back to the heart. And then it circles through the lungs to pick up the nutrients and deliver, get rid of the waste at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we have high blood pressure, which part of that system is kind of out of whack?
Yeah, so the high blood pressure is on the part where the arteries, basically. So it's how hard the heart has to pump to deliver the blood flow out. So imagine like a bodybuilder, right? They're lifting the weights. If I have too high of weights I'm pumping, all of a sudden, guess what? It's hard to pump that. Right, so I have to push that door open. That's called systolic.
Got it.
Now, the weight of that door against me, that if it pushes back with high pressure, that's diastolic. When I'm at rest, that pressure shouldn't be as high. When I'm pushing out, it shouldn't be so high. That's systolic. The force and then the release is what we're looking at.
Okay, and you mentioned systolic and diastolic, right?
Yeah.
So when I go to the doctor and they take my blood pressure, that's the high number and the low number?
That's the top number and the bottom number.
Okay.
So the top number is called systolic.
Okay.
The bottom number is called diastolic. That top number, it tells us, especially as we get older, you don't have to worry about that right now.
Okay.
But once you get above like your 60s and so forth, that top number becomes more predictive of bad things happening like strokes and heart attacks. When you're younger, that bottom number called the diastolic being high becomes more concerning too as well.
Got it. Okay, I think I understand. So the systolic is the pressure that we're putting out if we're kind of lifting weights, and
That's
the
right.
diastolic, the low number, is the resistance that's
At rest, at relaxation. That's
rest.
right. So it's stiff, it's uptight, it's restrictive, still at rest, and with exertion when the body is trying to pump out against it too as well.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we want that to be nice and mellow on both ends.
Okay.
All right,
Yes, well, that's the goal. Try to mellow out.
let's do it.
Okay.